Yeah, man. All right, there we go. We ought to be live, and we're hanging there, wait for a couple more people. First of all, let me say, how's everybody doing? Welcome to the Smoking Jacket broadcast, this special edition, and we look forward to working sometime in the near future, coming in September, with our first broadcast coming in officially. Well, our first broadcast in a couple of months, coming officially in September, first Monday, and I'm sorry, second Monday and fourth Mondays. And here is the queen of the hour, Miss Z. We are going to we're outside, of course, outside her lounge, and no big deal here. But Jay Ferg, let's start this off, man. How you been doing, man?
I'm doing great, brother. I am out here in Texas right now doing a Destination Herb pop-up tour.
Yeah, yeah.
We did Smoking Jackets, Cigar Lounge last night. Tonight we're doing Blowing Smoke. And
Okay,
yeah, we're excited, man.
yeah. So he said Smoking Jacket Cigar Lounge. That's ironic.
How
That is
ironic,
really,
right?
yeah. How about that, man? I actually saw that, man. So I was checking you out, and you had was getting your rap skill game on, huh?
They put me on the spot last night, man. I was walking by the karaoke and they grabbed me and they were like, all right, Jay Ferg up next. I'm like, wait, what? What are we talking about here? So
Well,
they put me
hey,
on
I
they
got
put me on the spot. So, I did what I
yeah.
let it do what it do.
Well, you did the doggone thing. I checked it out. I listened to it in its entirety. So hey, we might have to get you to rap one for the show.
Hey, you do what we gotta do, man.
Well, man, look, before we get to our featured person, uh, we got some things going on with Destination Herf, man. Let's first of all let's tell everybody why you in Texas.
Yeah, so pretty much what we decided to do this year, we partnered with one of our cigar sponsors, Casa Cabela Cigars, and we pretty much hit the road and we hitting the different because I'm a firm believer, man. When it comes to marketing and promotion, sometimes you got to get out there and touch the people and really kind of like because a lot of people just they don't be knowing or they may have questions or whatever. And you can only do so much on social media. So
Yeah,
I say, you know what? We're gonna come out and we're gonna touch people. We're gonna bring some giveaways. We're gonna bring some swag. We're gonna bring some cigars and just kind of like interact with the crowd and just kind of get them more informed on what we're doing in Miami in January. So we're gonna do it. Next up we doing Georgia next, and after
right.
Georgia, at the end of the month we come to the DMV. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
we're gonna be out here touching the people and really just kind of like getting that interaction and getting that one-on-one FaceTime with our fans and people that support us over the years.
right. So not only are we looking for people to come to Destination Herb, Destination Herb is coming to you, and you're doing your thing, marketing, and I appreciate that. I'm definitely looking forward to you coming to the DMV. And before we even, we certainly we're going to tap Z into that. And we're going to talk about some of that as we go along. But so it's a great thing you're doing, man. I know you're traveling city to city right now, promoting Destination Herb, and certainly I think anybody that is in the cigar culture and looking at the cigar weeks, I can probably say this is about the first that I've heard that using your resources and coming city to city to promote Destination Hereford is definitely a good thing. So I'm looking forward, glad to be a part of it. So definitely the marketing, the work that you're putting in, I certainly believe that it will pay off, man.
Absolutely, man. Like I said, we about the people. It's about the people. You know what I mean? Because without the people, what are we? We're nothing. We're just out here, just talking and not no action. So I feel like without the people, there is no event. There is no
Right.
podcast. There is no cigar lounge. No, so you got to show your appreciation to the ones that support you and show you love. And I have no problem coming out and making it happen. So on my dime, we do what it do.
All right. Well, first of all, let me take the time before we get to Ms. Z. Take the time to let everybody know the Smoking Jacket broadcast took a little break. We're coming back in September, second Monday in September. Coming back with a few additions to host and co-host, and we lost one, Lanessa, who got some things and working on her business ventures. And so, looking forward to one addition, the young lady that I have right here, whose ventures we're going to talk about. But Miss Zee Kiley is going to come on and join us as a host, and we look forward to uh, having her as an addition onto the show. But without further ado, I am going to let Miss Z introduce herself before we get to any questions. And Jay Ferg, I want you to go first in some of the questions that you might have for Z, based on some of the information that I gave you and told you. So I'm going to let her introduce herself.
I'm Z. I am the, I don't want to say the previous owner of Prime Draw Cigars because I technically still own Prime Draw Cigars. Prime Draw Cigars was located in Baltimore, Maryland, at Reisterstown and Rogers on Reisterstown Road. And I will be rebranding because I'm going in a more luxury direction. So moving to Pikesville, moved to Pikesville, as you see behind us, expanding from 1,000 square feet to 2,200 square feet indoor and in excess of 1,000 square feet outdoor. So, and the new name of the business will be Zephoria because I own Zephoria Life, Zephoria Style, and Zephoria Cigars. So Zephoria, it won't be a cigar lounge. It will be a luxury cigar experience. So it will include libations, classes. We're going to partner with some businesses in the neighborhood and bring you a full experience.
Okay. Jay Ferg.
So, Miss Z, first of all, welcome to the broadcast. It's great to meet you.
Thank you.
Um, Chris has told me some great things about you and what you have coming up in the future. And I just want to congratulate you on your previous success and all your future success that you're going to have with your new cigar experience. And that sounds amazing to me. And I am looking forward to getting up to the DMV and experiencing your new location. I didn't get a chance to visit your previous location, but I'm sure that what you have coming up in the future is going to be amazing. So my first question I have for you is, what made you decide to jump into this space of being in the cigar business?
So I actually started smoking back in 2018 with my previous partner, Frank Thompson. He was the one I really got into cigars with. His he wanted a cigar and that kind of turned to a cigar, and it was all partnering. You know, the other, and I continue solo.
Okay, that's what's up. Chris, your Wi-Fi is chopping up a lot, so pretty much I missed all of what you just said. It really
Okay.
went,
All right. No, no,
it
no
really, it
problem.
really, it really, it really went south on us for a second. But
It was good. It sounded great.
okay, we just lost everybody just now, so now it's just me. So hopefully we'll get those guys back on real quick. I don't know what's going on with this Wi-Fi today. It's terrible. I thought mine was bad, but apparently they're in a bad location. So just bear with us, and hopefully they'll jump right back in here, and we can continue the conversation with Z and find out more about what she has going on. I'm gonna have to log off and log back in again. All right, there we go. You guys are back.
Yeah, Jay. Well, you know what, Jay Ferg, let me first of all, I can't even blame this on the broadcast. I got to blame this on Verizon.
Yes.
Verizon has been really poor in this particular area as of late. I'm not sure what's going on, but from one user to the next, I talk to people that have Verizon, and it's just been terrible. And
Well,
so, and here we are outside. And one of the reasons, as I was getting ready to explain, why we're not in the shop, because we don't want to violate any of the laws. You know, we're outside. We wanted to smoke. We wanted to come on the broadcast, have our libations, smoke, and we didn't want to do it inside because you know, the permits are still being in process, and we're still, you know, out of respect. I said, let's do it outside because no, I'm not going to be that one to make a decision and say, you know, hey, no, let's smoke it. No, we're not going to do that. We're outside. The internet that I have, which is Verizon, which is connected to my laptop, has been spotty. So let me apologize to the viewers for that. Shay Perkins, always glad to see you on. Thank you for joining us. And clearly she's on YouTube, and I thank you for following the instructions of looking at us on YouTube. And to the ones that are on Facebook, I see that you're on, and we thank you certainly for joining us. But Z had mentioned, Z, just give a little bit of more of what you said so that our viewers, just in case they missed any of it.
Yeah, so I started with my prior partner back in 2018. A lot of people believe I've been smoking for a very, very long time, but I started smoking avidly in 2018. I started this business with my prior partner. It was something, a dream that he had that I fully supported. So we partnered with it. After about a year, he went on to other ventures, and I continued on with the business, and I've been 2 years solo. So we were 4 years total, 3 in the brick and mortar, 1 with him, 2 with me solo. So now I decided to just I outgrew the space. We outgrew the space very quickly, and knew it was going to go to a larger location. So I had been waiting to find a place that felt right, and this definitely was a location that fit for the luxury direction I'm trying to go in.
so what was the time span between you shutting down the previous location and moving to was there like what was the gap in between?
So Prime officially closed on the 28th. The final finale event was on the 24th. It wasn't intended to be like that. This location, we were supposed to overlap. You know, I was supposed to overlap. But as you see, they're doing some work on the facade. Last year, a car ran into the front of the facade and cracked the brick. So the county had the owner to fix it. So we're kind of just waiting on inspections and everything with the facade. So he had to push my timeline back to get the space. And even though I have the space as of August 1st, we're still waiting on some inspections and things to even just get the facade done out front, the windows put in and everything. And so in the meantime, I'm doing the build out inside. So I'm shooting for September 2nd, pending inspections, and we'll kind of see how that goes.
And what's the in terms of the location, what's the distance between your previous location and your new location?
Wow. And so in time, it's only about 7 minutes away, 7 to 8 minutes away. I'm
Okay.
still located on Ricerstown Road. I was at 5450 before. I'm up in the 1300s now. So if you were to go to the old location, only thing 7 minutes with no traffic, just to come straight up Ricerstown Road.
Okay, now
But it's now in Pikesville.
I only ask that question because I know, you know, I know when you have a business and you're in one location for a while, you have a certain clientele, so you'll be able to maintain your clientele, you know, in the area. That's why I kind of asked that question. If you were going to a totally different area, or if you were staying kind of like in the same vicinity of where you were before.
Yeah, I'm in a vicinity, but it is so bad, and you could go down. We're doing another venture in about a year or two to put a location back in Baltimore City, because I think it will really help the city, and small businesses really need it. But it's maintaining the same clientele, but also bring a different clientele. My last location was very in a very urban area. So for the people who know, it was in Park Heights, which is, can be a pretty rough area. Hilltop area I was in wasn't so bad. I never had any issues. The community, the businesses, the community really supported it, as well as the police and the fire. They really supported it, but a lot of people would not come to Park Heights. They didn't feel comfortable coming to Park Heights. So from a business perspective, it just made sense to go to what would be considered a safer area, so that the people who really do want to come to the environment can come and feel comfortable. So it wasn't just moving to a bigger space; it was moving to a location that was safer for the patrons to be able to come and enjoy themselves.
Okay, that's what's up.
All right. Well, thank you, Jay Ferg, and thank you, Z. First of all, let me give a couple shout outs. Cheryl Walker, appreciate you coming on. Corey Cheney, what's up? He says, what's up, Z?
Hey, Cheney. Cheney Cigar Lounge in Tampa, Florida.
Tampa, Florida. David T. Williams, what's going on, man? David says, what's up, Jay? And John Edwards, thank you for being on, man. Indra is watching. Hey, Kenneth Wembley, my man, down in Miami. Thank you for coming on, my brother. We appreciate you. You and the wife, I hope everything's going well. Glad to see you with moving about in Chicago. And Antoine Chambers, man, thank you for coming on. Asia, thank you. Kathy, appreciate you coming on. And Sujan, appreciate you, man. Certainly, we thank everybody that supports the Smoking Jacket broadcast. And Miss Shay Perkins, we are going to definitely get to your question. Shay asked, Z, would you be a vendor to offer your experiences in different places?
Yes. I previously did vendor experience with Prime Draw Cigars, but it was a little different, just a straight vendor experience. But for Zephoria, I will be doing an experience that allows you to not only do cigars, but I also teach classes, Cigar 101. One of my employees, Asia, who is phenomenal. She is our pipestress. She is the one who really deals with pipes. We're going to be getting into pipe tobacco as well. We'll be selling within months of opening. So she'll be teaching classes on pipes for people who want to get into that. I'll be doing the classes on cigars and other OTPs, and you'll be able to get that full experience with tastings. I am also a pastry chef. I had a cake decorating business for 7 years, so we're going to be around the experience and how tobacco doesn't just have to be smoking your cigar, teaching you how to pair and feel comfortable with doing it, especially for our women as well.
And Kia Watts, all right, what's going on, girl? Glad to have you on. Appreciate you. Always the one. Hey, Z said, what's going on, Kia? Always the one endorsing and promoting Black Cigar Lounges across the country. So thank you for the phenomenal work that you always do and making sure that we support each other. Michelle Henderson, appreciate you coming on. And
Cigar
Asia,
Lady Annette.
yeah, Cigar Lady Annette, appreciate you. And Asia, Nensco, yes, ma'am, appreciate you. Well, Z, look, I first had the pleasure of meeting her when she came down to Petworth Cigars and graced. We were graced with her presence there, and she came to support. And from that time, I had been meaning to get up to Baltimore to the old location, which was Prime Draw. And so, ironically, I made it up there, about 2 days before you decided to close. I had a meeting in Baltimore, and I said, there's no way I'm leaving Baltimore without going to Prime Draw. And when I called her, she said, hey, yeah, come on by. This is like, coming up on my last day. And I'm like, what do you mean? So when I got there, she broke it down, explained it to me, and then I understood as she just gave the story. So I certainly like what I saw when I got there. I always have seen the vibe as she had posted stuff. And I mean, when I tell you some phenomenal work that she did in decorating the place when she had events. And I thought that she actually had a professional company coming and do this, and like she did this thing herself. So I'm looking definitely forward to great things to come at the new location because she has more space to work with, more room. The parking is phenomenal. I mean, to be in Baltimore, Baltimore City, Baltimore County, I believe there's no better place and location that she could have picked. Z, you have your own niche, and that is boutique cigars.
Yes.
Explain that passion to me in the audience, please.
So when we started Prime, like any business, it's really about standing apart. So when we started, the question was, how can we be a cigar retailer that brought you something different? And you don't want to have all the cigars that everybody has. And when I started smoking, I really loved a lot of the boutique companies. I really smoked across the board, even into what we considered, traditional, the My Fathers, the Padrones. But it was something about the boutiques that I really loved. So we decided to go into that direction. So 90%, I'll say probably a little more, Prime was boutique cigars. And the boutique companies, just the ability to touch the owners, to call and get them to come out themselves and really, excuse me, speak to their brands and why their brands were important. And the backstory of them was a really big deal for me. So, excuse me, I thought it was necessary to be different. So Zephoria will stay in that lane. I would never step away from my boutiques. I'm expanding to more traditional cigars, but I feel like if you're smoking and you're only smoking traditional, you are missing out on phenomenal brands and phenomenal cigars, because a cigar is a cigar is a cigar, right? And what makes the traditional brands so well known is that they've been in the business for a long time. They have a phenomenal product. Some of these boutique companies haven't been in the business as long, and they're choosing to stay boutique. They want to do small runs. They want to pay more attention to each cigar, to consistency. They want it to be, a lot of them have cult followings, and the cigars are phenomenal. So, step outside of your comfort zone. Prime was a place you came to get something different. You wanted something different, that's where you came, and people are really turned on now to a lot of the boutique brands.
And I have to say, I love the concept because I was just getting ready to light one of my good old traditional premium. I got some. I'm thinking, wait a minute. This.
Smoking a cigar, phenomenal brand. Culture. The first one is Merlin consistently smoking the theme. And this, I mean, these cigars are phenomenal. If you haven't tried them, you have to. As soon as he lit it up, he was like, "Oh my gosh!"
It's great. I mean, from the time that I lit it to first draw, phenomenal. And I have to say, a couple of people agree with me in terms of what you're doing, and so that's a great thing. I will have to say this since we got.
Uh-oh, we lost him again. Hopefully they pop right back on. They was got to get deep on us. But since we're here, just want to let everybody know that this Friday is the cutoff for our early bird tickets for Destination Herb. So if you haven't gotten your tickets for Destination Herb yet, this would be a great time to copy tickets because early bird ticket sales will end on Friday. So if you are thinking about coming, you have it on your calendar, we say jump on the early birds now, save that little extra money. And something that we've done this year that we haven't done in the past is, oh, they're back and they're gone again. So we have a payment plan so you can literally pay your ticket price over time. If that's something that you need to do, we want to give you that option to be able to pay your tickets over time. I was just keeping them. I was just keeping them busy while y'all were doing any night.
I appreciate you holding it down while we are having these internet issues. But I have to say, I was speaking to Madam Cigars and Mad Kenny Cigars, and Jay Ferg can attest. He's down there in Miami with them. I would definitely love for you to connect with them, and as I endorse their cigars, phenomenal. Definitely boutique, and I mean I get the same feeling, smoking this as when I was smoking theirs. So, and they know the ones in particular that I'm talking about. So, we're gonna connect those two together. But I definitely appreciate the tenacity and your tenaciousness and doing what you're doing, because not many people would dare to step out there and create their own niche in terms of doing what nobody else would do, and that is to promote and endorse, the boutique cigar world. So, what you actually spoke to? What gave you that concept? What are we gonna look different to in terms of the vibe in this particular lounge here?
Well, you know what?
Well, you know what? Let me
I was
retract
gonna say
that.
the vibe gonna stay the same.
Right. So I don't want to use the term lounge because you already said that it's an experience. So what can you speak to this experience that may be a little different than what Prime Draw was?
So, Prime Draw was very much a collaborative thing. People thought Prime was the party lounge. I know there's this whole discussion in the cigar community about cigar lounges becoming the club, and a lot of people don't like it. They like to stay in the traditional feel of cigar lounges. And I will not lie to you, it is not going to be a traditional feel in Zephoria. It wasn't in Prime. Prime had a lot of events because people wanted to have events at Prime. I mean, they wanted to have their birthday parties. I throw a lot of events. The events will shift. So the events will go from a DJ to live band, to spoken word. I play several instruments. I love jazz. I love blues. We're going to step into that lane. It's going to go into a very sexy vibe because the aesthetic is going to be very luxurious. So I hear a lot of people say that they want to be able to put on their clothes and come out and smoke. And I do too. On the weekends, I put on my clothes. I come to Prime. Everybody asks me, hey, where are you going? Where are you going out? You got somewhere to go? I say, yeah, I'm coming to Prime. And I feel like you set the tone that way. But people want an adult feel. And Prime started off being about conversation. It shifted. And I want to get back to that. I want to get back to the good conversation, the communing back to the community, because that is what it was about. It's such a diverse range of people that come into cigars, that smoke cigars. It's not about your socio-economical status. It's not about your race. It's about the leaf. And I feel like if you're playing loud music all the time, how can you talk? How can you have that conversation? How can you get to know the people in your community? And Prime was a family, and Zephoria will be that too. But I really want to educate people. And the people who know me, they know I have a lot of information for you about the cigars. I really dig deep, find the backstory. I want to be able to tell you about what you're smoking, and not only why you should smoke the cigar, but why you should support the brand and why you should support the owner. Because a lot of these businesses are family businesses. They're small. They don't have millions of dollars to put into this. And so I want you to know what it is you're smoking and why you should smoke it. Beyond the fact that it's a great cigar. So it will be a different kind of experience. I'll have memberships now. I didn't have those in Prime. The memberships will have 24-hour access. We're going to get into some things that are going to be some surprises, but I really want to be able to throw more events to having brand owners come out and have you be able to meet them and become comfortable with knowing them as a person, because they're just people, like we are.
That's Jay Ferg. I'm gonna get this back to you in a minute, man. But one thing that really, as I was just listening and she just spoke to it, the 24-hour access. I you know, there's one other lounge that provided that, and I'm glad to see that you are looking to do that. I think that what that may do is draw other individuals in the DMV when there is just knowing that you can access, and I'm sure that's privy to your members.
Yes, my members.
Okay, right. So, and I think that's a great benefit to being a member of the new lounge, Sephora.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Had to make sure I got
I know
it right.
it's a mouthful.
No. But matter of fact, after I get to that, I have to ask you to speak to the name and why the name. But that 24-hour access, I encourage people that even in the DMV, DC, Virginia, um, uh, uh, invest yourself in a membership because I know that I make it to Baltimore occasionally for different meetings that I have. And sometimes I'm leaving, 8, 9, 10 o'clock. And to be able to come and have a place where I can just come and have access to and smoke is great for me. So I appreciate and applaud you on that. But what about the names? How did that come about?
So there was a gentleman who actually came up with that name for me about 2 years ago when we were not even a year into Prime. I wanted to do a lifestyle brand. I think because cigars are cigars, but there is so many reasons why people smoke cigars. And I wanted to touch on that. I wanted people to be able to say, hey, I'm smoking my cigar when I garden, or this is the reason why I smoke the cigar, and really share the lifestyle because cigars bring about other things. You have things as simple as fedoras, which is a huge deal in the community. You see, it's part of the fashion statement that coincides with cigars. When you do your setup, and most of us do, we're social media. We put our cigar there. We have our torch. We have our cutter. We want nice things in our libation with our cigar. And if we take a picture in our hand, look, we make sure we have on a nice watch.
Exactly.
Right? We make sure we have on some nice bracelets, and that has become part of the culture in itself. Not just the cigar, but the style, your style. That's why, Zephoria is Zephoria and the sub is lifestyle cigars because it becomes a part of your life. It's a part of your style and how you move throughout the day, how you hold your cigar, you know, how you smoke, what your setup is, the music you listen to. All of it is infused into this experience that you have. So it's not just, I'm going to smoke a cigar. It's never just that. If you're really thinking about it, it's the experience of smoking a cigar that makes it such a great thing. So even when you're solo, sitting out near the water, being able to say, okay, I'm looking over the water. I'm also, excuse me, there's a beat. Yes. Like he's sweet over here.
Hey, wait a minute now.
Not like that, though. But, I mean, just the whole experience.
Right.
Even you give thought to what you choose to do with your cigar. You never just smoke it.
She's not going to miss a beat while speaking either.
I'm not. But I've never been stung before, so I won't take that chance.
I know that's right.
I might pass out, so I don't know. But it's a full experience. And even when I even go on my porch, it's never just going on the porch. It's going on the porch. It's putting my music. It's doing my setup. It's scrolling through social media. It's relaxation. It's a full experience. So I think if we can bring that into
I think Jay Ferg might be frozen up now. But look here.
No, I'm good.
What? Oh, you good?
there he is.
All right. Well, look here. Somebody just asked a question unrelated to, hey, Ray Farmer, what's going on, man? Hey, appreciate you, Ray. But somebody just asked a question about Destination Herb, and I'll make sure to post the link as soon as we get off. But they wanted to post the link, Jay Ferg, to Destination Herb. And this isn't certainly what this show is about, but we certainly want to endorse Destination Herb as much as we can. and to get people there, because certainly, I mean, this year is going to be a whole different experience. And I have to say, you have to look forward. And Z, and speaking of which, we have to get your lounge, we have to get your experience involved in Miami. January what, Jay Ferg? January.
January 11th through the 14th, MLK weekend.
You are a official co-host now. I'm going to make the official announcements on our September show, our first show in September, second Monday. Z is joining the team as a co-host. We look forward to that. As you can see, she's very diverse in her speaking on topics, and certainly we know that the show isn't about just cigars, but we bring real life topics to the Smoking Jacket broadcast while we enjoy our libations, while we enjoy our smoking, to relax and to educate the community on what we're doing and how we're doing it. And so we're just bringing the diversity into the cigar world while we have this audience, and to be able to educate our people on things that's going on around us, whether it be, well, I try to stay away from politics, but sometimes those things can't be avoided. There's some things we just may have to address. Hence why and Shay said hence why she asked her question. I get it. So what is the address to the lounge? Can we divulge that now, or would you rather wait?
I mean, well, the greater majority of people, I mean, I had a key now. I can tell you, I got the key.
All right.
So, although it won't open until September, prayerfully, the address is 1320 Ricerstown Road. People who will drive by, they're very familiar with the area. It's up near the alley shops in Pikesville. So I think it'll be a great fit. We actually are right next door to a libation store, which is great. And there are a lot more places where you can purchase food, because and I don't sell alcohol and I don't sell food. So being that it's in this area, a cigar retailer can really help the business in the area. And I think that's a part of it too. When you choose a space, you really need to choose it so people have access. People don't want to drive, an hour away to have to get what they want to get to coincide with their cigar. So the area provides, everything you need. And I love it. It's so quiet here. The foot traffic is great. The community is great. Not that far from the state police barracks. And I think that's a great thing too, because I'm really big on taking care of people. Everybody knows that I like to love on people. And Prime was all about good customer service and hospitality. And Zephoria will continue to be that as well. And the intention of the access, which I will only be doing 40 memberships out the gate. And so they're very limited, and you can go on wait list. But the intention of that was really for my police officers, my first responders, my firefighters who don't really get to enjoy coming to get their cigars and getting a moment to sit and taste them. And it's because they're hours. They work crazy hours. They work shift work. And so they don't get that opportunity. So giving them access, gets them to be a part of the community as well, that they really want to be a part of and not really miss out on communing with others who also have the same hours that they have. So.
And I think I can appreciate your zeal and your zest for appreciating the first responders in our community, because if you don't know, not only is it woman-owned, but it's veteran-owned.
Yes.
And so we thank you for your service.
Thank you, Navy.
The Navy.
I know y'all not going to like that. The best branch.
Okay. Yeah, there it is. United States Marine Corps.
Marine Corps falls under the Department of the Navy. So, we'll drop now. We'll be the transportation. We'll drop you off now and go back out to sea.
That's a whole nother show. We were doing good for a while. But anyway, moving on. We don't want to tarry too long. We want to take the time to Jay Ferg, before we close out, man, you got any closing remarks?
Oh
Definitely
no.
a
So
destination.
look, I'm looking for. I hope you're open on the second because we are going to be in the DMV, and I would love to do our Destination Herb pop up event at your lounge.
Oh
So,
wow,
so
wonderful.
please keep us informed on the progress, and let us know because we would love to add your venue as one of the pop up locations when we're in the DMV, and show some support, show some love, and get people to come out. And we definitely excited for it. I'm excited to see it, and continue success and hope the process. I know the process of build out could be, you're dealing with city and all of that. It could be a process, but we're praying that everything moves smoothly for you, and come end of the month, end of September, when we come to DMV, that we're at your spot and we having a nice vibe. And because we all about, look, when it comes to my event, I have the same method. It's all about creating an experience.
Yeah.
I don't want you to come here to my event in Miami and do the same thing that you did back home. I want you to come to the event and say, you know what, that was something different. That's not something I normally do every weekend, and that's what I'm all about. So the fact that you're on that same level in terms of creating an experience, I feel that you'll be the perfect fit for us to come and do our pop up. So let's make it happen. Let's keep this process flowing and let's keep the communication open. So as we start planning, we could definitely add you to the itinerary.
Well, thank you so much. I look forward to it.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
And
Well,
welcome to the team.
welcome to the
Thank
team.
you. Thank you.
Exactly. Look, we're gonna look for great things to come from Z in her new location. I'll be broadcasting live here at the lounge at the experience.
Some better Verizon
With
service,
some,
Lord.
yeah, we're gonna have to work on this. Verizon right now, we might have to just do a show on them. Switch to T-Mobile.
There you go. Team T-Mobile, baby.
Oh, okay, yeah, because this right now is blowing me, and it's not just uh, it's spotty everywhere.
I'm sorry,
And
I can't
well,
do it.
this makes the show better. We're out here, we're ad libbing right now, fighting with a bee.
Yes, that's terrible, ain't it?
The queen bee fighting with the bee,
No.
right? And I call her the queen bee because she is the queen of boutiques right now.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
Well, you're not trying, you're doing it, and we appreciate you. Look, this is our time, and we thank all of you for coming on. Look forward to the show in September, officially starting back up. New vibe, new co-host, and new little bit of new of everything. And so we certainly don't write us off just yet. We're just beginning and starting back up to do great things for our community. And Shay Perkins, we appreciate you, girl. We looking forward to you coming
Yes,
to visit.
come on, share the
All
love.
right, yeah. So look here, that's our time. Z, you have anything you want to give them before we close?
I just really appreciate the support. All of my Prime Draw family, they have been wonderful. We really are family. Prime was like Cheers. You want to go where everybody knows your name, and Zephoria is going to be no different in that regard. Really, what makes I can't take the credit. Really, the people make the venue what it is because they love on everybody when they come in. And I'll tell you, you got to experience a little bit of that when you came down.
Definitely.
So,
Oh man.
so I thank everybody for the support, the continued support, and we're just gonna move forward with the positive vibes.
And what I love about it, we're sitting outside. Traffic is going by. Everybody's blowing. They're not blowing at me. They're blowing at her because they know her. I don't know if
it's the big hair. It's the big hair. It's the big hair.
Well, you know what?
They don't know me without the big hair.
Before we go, let's talk about that. Before we go, I gotta. What brought this on? I mean, look. I'm gonna tell you, when I was at PCA, I saw the hair. Hey Z, because wasn't nobody else rocking it
crazy
like that. And but it's a good thing. It's you.
It's became
It's signature, girl.
Become a trademark. I can't get away from it.
Yeah.
I would like to, but it kind of became this thing because I was growing my locks out, and locks have an ugly stage, and so I was like, I need a hairstyle that allows me the room to grow my locks but still look like something. I look a mess every day. So that's where the big hair kind of came in. And I've been trying to escape it.
Well,
but it seems like when I go to PCA, nobody knows me without the big hair.
She
so
threw me off. She threw me off, J. Ferg, when I came in. Right, she had this long straight thing going on. Right, I said, "Let's see, where's the look?" I ain't want to be like, where the hair? Where's the look? Because at the end of the day, you know, that's the picture I posted. And I said, no. She went out to the car, man.
I said, I got you. I got you. You know, black women, we are versatile.
She went out to the car, man. It was like a superwoman change. She came back in and said, "Is this better?" I said, "Hey, we got it. We good."
That's how you know how we are. Like, you got to change it up in a moment.
And look, and that's the kind of fun we like to have on the show. We ain't trying to throw you under the bus, girl. But look, it is what it is. Look, today I got my teeth in. And see, that's a standing joke. Hey, I'm not gonna get away from it. But look, we thank God for everybody that came on, support the show. Thank Gordon, man, appreciate you. Showtime, what's going on, man? Ray, once again, appreciate you. Andre Burke, man. Hey, man, appreciate you. Look, Andre, we got to do some things with you, man. And coming on up to Baltimore, bring your vibe on up here, man. We appreciate everything you're doing. Lucretia.
Yes, my marketing.
Is that right?
Lucretia, yes. She is part of my team. She is wonderful.
Yeah, because that was the one that said, "What's up, bestie?" All right.
Yes.
Okay. John Wesley, Aaron Jr., man, appreciate you. Well, look here. That's it. Stay tuned for the next time. J. Ferg, appreciate you always, man, and we look forward to September.
All right, man. I'll see y'all when I get to the DMV, man.
All right, my brother.
Yes.
Be easy.
All right, y'all be good.
Right on.
Yeah.